Welcome, dear students. Hope you all are doing well. Your studies are going well. Today, we are going to discuss about brain. Okay, so this picture is very familiar to you. It's in your textbook itself. Brain. Okay, so your brain. We are going to deal with the brain, how it functions, which are the parts, and what all the parts are doing for you. Which are the voluntary, which are the involuntary, that all we are going to learn, right? So, brain, as I told you, brain and spinal cord are the two main parts of central nervous system. Just see, central nervous system. Okay, we have in our nervous system, central nervous system is there, peripheral nervous system is there, and autonomous nervous system is there. Okay, central nervous system, or peripheral nervous system, and autonomous nervous system. These three nervous system constitutes the nervous system of our body. Nervous system, that means the control and coordination of nervous system is by this three systems. Okay, in this system comes the brain and the spinal cord. Okay, spinal cord. So these two are coming under the central. See, you always look at your body, the central part, the brain and the spinal cord. Spinal cord, which contains the spinal nerves, and the brain, which contains the cranial nerves. Okay, so cranial nerves are coming from your brain, and the spinal nerves, which is coming from the spinal cord and going to the spinal cord, right? So these central part consist of the central nervous system. So today we just I'll give you some introduction regarding this. And peripheral nervous system constitutes the nerves, that what I called you, cranial nerves, spinal nerves. Okay, so cranial nerves, which is coming from the brain and going to the brain, spinal nerves, which is coming from the spinal cord and going to the spinal cord, right? And there is one more very special organ called visceral organ, right? Visceral nerves, not the organ, sorry, visceral nerves. This visceral nerves is meant for the internal organs, for the regulation of internal organs like heart, like your liver. That means which are not in your control, lungs. Okay, so that nerves which are mainly meant for the internal organs are called visceral, very important nerves, right? So PNS is all the nervous system. Autonomous nervous system, which automatically controls your body functions. For example, when it's very much exam time and all, what suddenly if something happens, some exam coming, so what happens to your body? Your heartbeats increases, so that nervous system will function fast, right? So after some time, or you are meet you are just, your friend is met with an accident, so how your feeling will be? So automatically the breathing rate will increase automatically, right? So after some time you will cool down. So autonomous nervous system will make the function excited and normalized. So that is what autonomous nervous system does. So it is belonging to two system, that is parasympathetic nerves and sympathetic nerves and sympathetic nerves. So one is exciting the nervous or functions, and another one will cool down. So reverse action is autonomous, so automatically it happens, right? So I hope these three are clear to you. Dear students, we are going to discuss about brain. So already you understood brain is a part of CNS. Okay, spinal cord and brain are the parts of CNS, central nervous system. Now brain is the place where your thinking power, your reasoning, your body balance, your posture, everything lies in your brain. That means brain is telling you what to do in particular situation. Okay, in sudden situations, spinal cord will respond, as I told you in the reflex action. Please go through that regularly. It is very important topic, you should know that, right? By heart it, right? By heart it. Okay, so brain is very important. But our brain, I'll show you. Our brain is divided into three parts: forebrain, midbrain, hindbrain. Okay, again, forebrain, midbrain, hindbrain. These are the three parts our brain is divided into. Okay, remember that: fore, mid, and hind. Forebrain, this upper part all consist of the forebrain, right? And this part is called the middle brain, and the stalk, okay, which is going to connect with the spinal cord, is the hindbrain. Okay, just let us go to your textbook diagram. This is your textbook diagram. um, if you have, just take it out and just see. This is the forebrain. Okay, you can see how the arrangement of the body, means the parts. Okay, and this is the midbrain. Very beautiful, right? And this part is your stalk. That means the hindbrain. Okay, so hope you understood fore, mid and hindbrain. Okay, now we are going to deal with the forebrain, right? Let us do that. So brain divided into three: forebrain, midbrain, and hindbrain. Okay, forebrain, midbrain, and hindbrain. Got it? Understood? Now, forebrain consists of different parts. First one is cerebrum. Okay, then olfactory lobes. I am telling slowly so that you should now itself get that, right? And then diencephalon. Now I'll tell you something, right? Cephalon. Our brain is otherwise called cephalon. Remember that. Okay. And forebrain is called prosencephalon. Cephalon is our brain. So prosen, then midbrain, meson, and hindbrain, rhomben. Okay, so rhombencephalon, mesencephalon, prosencephalon. So these three are the brain, right? Okay, now forebrain's parts: cerebrum, olfactory lobes, and diencephalon. Now remember, cerebrum is the largest part of your brain. As I told you in your picture itself, right? See, this is the largest part of your brain. Okay, so what all things, that is your reasoning, your willpower, your tendency to study, and all is controlled by this cerebrum. Okay, so cerebrum is very important. Now just see the outer covering of the brain, no, that is a protective layer it has, that is called cranium. It is the skull or the bony covering. Okay, and you can see the layers of this cranium. That layers are called meninges. Okay, and in between these layers you will see a fluid. Okay, which is preventing from outside shock. So it is acting as a shock absorber. That liquid is called cerebrospinal fluid. Okay, in this context I am telling that. So our cerebrum, that means the forebrain, this all brain, the outer part is controlled or protected by cranium, a bony protective layer, and it has different layers called meninges, and in between the meninges there is a fluid which is preventing from outside injuries and all. Major injuries, no, slight. Okay, so that is cerebrospinal fluid. Now you can see the cerebrum, it is divided into two hemispheres. Okay, that is why cerebrum is otherwise called cerebral hemisphere. Okay, so cerebrum is divided into two hemisphere, that is a right. Okay, right and left, right hemisphere and left hemisphere. So might be you knowing, right side of your brain is controlling your left side, and left side is controlling your right side. That means the parts on the right is controlled by your left brain. So two hemisphere. Okay, now the very important thing is your cerebrum is divided into few lobes. Okay, four lobes they are, right? And let me show you in another picture. Four lobes, I'll tell you: frontal lobe, parietal lobe, occipital lobe, temporal lobe. Frontal, parietal, occipital, temporal. So four lobes are there, right? Now see, frontal lobe, what a beautiful lobe it is, because it is controlling your facial muscular activities. You want to laugh, you want to cry, you want to show your faces and all, it is all controlled by frontal lobe. Okay, just for your understanding I am telling like this, right? Now parietal lobe, your mid part, it is the middle part where the smell, that touch, that all are controlled by your parietal, the middle part. Occipital is the lobe which is circulating towards your eyes. Occipital, so visual reception is occipital lobe. O for occipital, O for eyes, eyes holes, remember that. temporal on, it is present on two sides. That means the auditory ear. So auditory reception is under control or present on the temporal lobe. Okay, so frontal, parietal, occipital, and temporal. These are the four lobes of your cerebrum. Okay, cerebrum. Now you can see cerebrum has upper and lower end. Upper and lower end. This upper end is called gyri. I'll write here so that you can remember gyri. So what gyri? G-Y-R-I. Gyri means the ridges. Okay, then you have the depression, sulci. That is the bottom part, depressions. Okay, so this is to increase the surface area of the nervous system. Okay, so gyri and sulci. Now remember, as I told you, your cerebrum is divided into right and left. So automatically it is divided. Now this division is, this part of separation is, the part is called fissure. Okay, and the bottom is connected, both of them. That bottom nerve fiber is called corpus callosum. Okay, very important question. Corpus callosum. It is a nerve fiber tract which is joining the right hemisphere, cerebral hemisphere, at the left one. Okay, and cerebrum is one of the part which is controlling your willpower. Okay, your IQ, your reasoning capacity, your thinking capacity, all other functions of cerebrum. So remember, because these functions are under your control, forebrain is voluntary in action. Remember always that voluntary action means which is under your control. Okay, and midbrain and hindbrain are involuntary. That means they are controlling something which you can't control. Right? Now coming to again forebrain, next part is olfactory lobes. Olfactory lobes are meant for the reception of smell. So they are connected with the it is, you can see only from the ventral side of the brain, the olfactory lobes, which is directly receiving the messages from the olfactory receptors. That means smell. Remember that. Now diencephalon is a part which is located inferior side of your brain, which is only you can view only from ventral side. Okay, and that is the region between the cerebrum and the brain stem, and it consists of three parts. I'll show you in the picture. It contains three parts, that is thalamus, epithalamus, hypothalamus. So these are the parts of diencephalon. Now these all are conceptual terms, right? Epithalamus, hypothalamus, and hypothalamus. Now hypothalamus is attached with the master gland pituitary, okay, with a stalk called infundibulum. So this hypothalamus is connected with diencephalon. That is why it is very important, because master gland, that is pituitary gland, is controlling all the hormones, and that pituitary is under control of whom? Hypothalamus, and hypothalamus is attached to whom? Diencephalon. So that is why it plays a major role. Okay, now to make you remember nicely, diencephalon is where your hunger, how much hungry you are, or your thirst, how much thirsty you are, it is all under control by diencephalon. So if you want to you are very very hungry, you want to eat chicken biryani or mutton biryani or pulao or whatever, dosha, chapati, whatever, it is because of your diencephalon, right? So forebrain is it, I think it's clear to you, forebrain, right? Got it? So now comes to the midbrain. Okay, midbrain, as I told you, midbrain is a part which is in between the forebrain and the hindbrain. It is a connecting link. Okay, now this midbrain has a speciality in the structure. It has speciality. Okay, just I'll show you in the structure. See, a structural speciality, this midbrain, no, a midbrain consists of a two nerve tract. Okay, two nerve fibers for your understanding, and that is called crura cerebri. Okay, much detailed explanation is not given in your textbook. That is why I am telling you crura cerebri. And there are swellings, swollen parts. Okay, swellings on the midbrain. They are called colliculi. Colliculi, inferior and superior colliculi. Remember that. These are the structural peculiarities. It is present in the mid side. That means inside your brain. You can't see it. Okay, now main function, that always remember, because it is midbrain, so your middle part coordination, your head, your neck, your trunk, that coordination is done by or maintained by or controlled by the midbrain. Remember, it is mid, so you can easily learn the function, right? So midbrain is controlling these coordination. Now another, because it is midbrain, something related to your eyes, that means your pupil's size, its expansion. Eyes, you, if you are going for high sunlight, and your pupil get little small, because you can't get that much of light inside. Okay, so your eyes, your lens, the controlling of your eye muscles, pupil size and all, because of midbrain. So that is not your control, that is not maintained by your willpower. Okay, so that is why it is involuntary in function. Remember that, involuntary in function. Okay, now coming to hindbrain, that is the stalk of your brain. For remembrance, let us tell like that. Now remember PCM. Remember like that, PCM. Okay. Now P for pons varoli, C for cerebrum, and M for medulla oblongata. Okay. So these are the parts of hindbrain. PCM, pons, cerebrum, cerebellum, right? Not cerebrum. Already we studied. So cerebellum and medulla oblongata. Okay, cerebellum is the second largest part of your brain. And now comes to pons varoli. I show you in the picture how, where is the pons varoli is. Okay, just let us go for that. See, pons, medulla, cerebrum. Okay, PCM. Now P, pons. Okay, now remember this pons, it is a connectivity of your midbrain and hindbrain. Okay, now pons is regulating your respiration is something which is providing you energy by breaking down of your glucose, that means sugar substances. So that is under control of pons. Remember, very important point. Okay, now comes cerebellum, second largest, which is present on the hind side, bottom side, sideways of your brain. This is a very important part, because it is controlling the precise movement of your body. See, when you are sitting, you can't sit your head one side, body one side. You should sit according to the situation, according to the place where you are sitting. So that precise movement, the body posture is all controlled by your hindbrain, that is cerebellum. As cerebellum. Okay, so very important, body balance under this control, right? Okay, so cerebellum is very, 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 very important. Now coming to the medulla oblongata. Medulla oblongata. Now medulla oblongata is a place which is continuing towards the spinal cord. So it is going to meet with the spinal cord. Okay, and especially it is very much important, because it is where the heartbeat's rate is controlled. So it is controlling the heart beating of your heart. And very important point is, your medulla is controlling your breathing rate. Okay, and your expansion of blood vessels. So now see, whenever we are very tense, the blood flows very fast, so that time automatically the vessel should increase. So that is under control of your medulla. Okay, medulla oblongata. Now one very important thing, suppose for example in front of you ice cream is coming, automatically what you will do, salivation will come. Okay, swelling will come, means swallowing will come, you will swallow your saliva and all. That is all under control by medulla. Coughing, sneezing, vomiting, which suddenly comes, it is all under control of medulla. Okay, so very, very important part. And I hope you understood the brain's part, each function also. So brain is very, very important. That is why during the this vehicular rule, no, we should wear helmet. So remember, whenever you are going in a two-wheeler, always wear helmet, proper helmet, not the show off helmet which normally the youngsters do. Proper helmet, proper ISI, the thick one you have to wear with proper belt and all. And the backside, if your friend is sitting, please give them also the helmet. Okay, so please study. See you.